goat Greg Olsen set to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
And he's coming off a game where he was pretty much held in check for the majority of the contest. And he had a couple nice throws mixed in, a couple decent drives here and there, but the inability to find the end zone, of course, he had the 1 interception. So a lot to clean up, a lot to improve. Not just him, but frankly, the entire offense.
Back to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Here's a first carry for their running back, and he'll keep the drive moving. He's got the first down up to the 45.
An 8-yard pickup.
Here's 1st and 10.
First down.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 1. Now, faking the give. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
It is 3rd and 10. They put Wilson in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Quick hitting slant there. And he's going to get this close to a first down, but he's out of bounds a yard short, and that's going to make it 4th down.
4th down and 1.
And no return. How good is that? Backs him up all the way to the 2. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his 2nd season in the NFL.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. The early rhythm he was able to establish, he rode that to the final whistle. He had an answer for everything the defense threw at him. If he continues to stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate, he's going to be a hard group to beat.
It's 3rd and 4.
Gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
He'll look to throw. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Punt team out, ready to send this one away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The visitors' offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll start with a short field, looking for the first points of this contest. And they'll begin 1st and 10. Handoff here, up the middle. And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 7. They run out of the gun and tag on a reverse. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down mark. Here's the punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. That one hits Makes it the 3, but goes in the wrong direction for the punter. It turns out to be a touchback. The home team's offense ready to take over for their second possession. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They had a disappointing, quick 3-and-out on that opening drive, so they'll try it again here in a scoreless game with 1st and 10. Oh, fine work there defensively. Got that hand in there. That pass is incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry to the 45. And he is gone. 80 yards. It's a touchdown.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Visitors, nothing.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Scott now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back at him. So far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, punted twice. Looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
I can tell you firsthand as an offensive guy, we never loved playing in the rain. I always felt like the defense had the advantage. They know it wasn't going to be much of a passing attack, hard to handle the ball, a lot of turnovers. So they've got to have a lot of early focus offensively and try to get something on track.
Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 17.
Now a give up the middle. And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
A gain of 11 on that one. And that will be a 1st down. He'll try the right side this time. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 8. Now this time they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
And he did everything he could. He's trying to keep this play alive, but there's just too much penetration from this defensive front, and they end up taking him down behind the line.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Here's their punter now, as he'll come on to punt this one away. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. This offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Man in motion, heading left. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
3rd and long. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. From the 35, here's 2nd down and 9. Overrun him in a flash, and he lost the football. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
There's no need to do anything reckless. It's 3rd and long. The opportunity to convert this is probably slim, so there was nothing open downfield. I think he makes the smart decision here, Mike. Avoid the negative play and throw the ball away.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And we've seen this throughout the entire game, Mike. These receivers are having a hard time uncovering against this secondary. You force a quarterback to throw into a lot of tightly contested windows, it's going to end up in the wrong hands.
1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, we're able to get you down for a loss.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. From the 23, here's 2nd and 8. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
3rd and a long way to go. They'll throw out of the gun. This defense hitting their ears back, coming to get him again.
Having a dominant pass rush so often translates to wins. But that's hardly been the case here, Mike, and they're able to add another sack to their total before half, and that's great. But somehow they still find themselves trailing, and that's the only thing that matters.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Now, he'll air one out. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff, running right. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you could see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 25.
A gain of 15. Result is a 1st down.
Up the middle they go. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They'll try to set up the screen here. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. The pressure gets there, and down he goes.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
Good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's 3rd and 7. And that is incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
That is fielded at the 20. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Back to throw here to begin the drive. A quick throw. That's complete on the slant. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 2. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
2nd and 2. You're thinking, I got 2 downs to get 2 yards. How hard can that be? Well, against this defense, it turns out to be a big challenge. They take you back for a loss at 2, and now you find yourself on 3rd down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, he'll throw. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
They'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense make their way out to take over once more. They lead it here in the 2nd quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
They'll look to set up the screen here. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now, this looks like a design run. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. At the 42-yard line.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
And this is as good as you can possibly get. It's out of bounds, and it's marked right at the 1-yard line. Well done. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Second and 3 at the 8-yard line.
A throw on the move is caught. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
A gain of 9 yards. Results in a
Now a toss play, running left, and he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he couldn't get free along the sideline. He's out of bounds, no gain, and it sets up 4th down. Now, fair catch taken, and they're going to have great starting field position just shy of midfield. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Quick throw, taken in. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They'll give on the ground, and he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield. 2 minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. Greg and I will be right back after this. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down. On comes the punter now, as he is on to kick it away. And he's not going to get anything out of this one. They force him laterally out of bounds. No gain on the return. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. Now a 2nd timeout called by the defense, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. They're all set to punt this one away. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Finds room inside the 40. And he will score. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And this one sent all the way over the back line. No thought of putting this in the landing area. So it'll come out, per the new rule, to the 35-yard line. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half. He'll drop to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. They'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down. They'll look to throw again. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. 3rd and 5.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So anytime you find yourself in 3rd and long, it's hard to really be unpredictable as a play caller because the defense knows it's most likely going to be a pass. They understand where the down and distance markers are, and there's really nowhere for him to go with the ball, and he has to throw it away.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the second half? To find out the answer, let's go back out to the stadium and rejoin our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. The rain might not be as heavy as it was earlier, but still coming down as we get set for this second half. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The home team's offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Taken down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch, found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line. A quick throw out wide, caught left side. It'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The visitors' offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Yeah, and this play, Mike, is really just the epitome of what we've seen this entire game. They have not been able to get anything going offensively, It almost seems like they've been operating going in reverse the entire day. In this case,
this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
this has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead.
And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
And another wasted drive here, Mike, and they start to add up. And coming out of halftime, you would think that they would make some adjustments to try to get some points on the scoreboard, but so far, looks like much of the same.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Up the sideline to the 40. And it'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's a little pop pass heading to the right. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play. First and 10. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. Trying to use that big body to go forward. Going to get to the line of scrimmage, but nothing after that. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete. 21 is the line to gain as we hit 3rd down. Open man, left side. He's got it. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
A pickup with 2.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give him another shot. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line. 3rd and goal. That is caught by the tight end.
Look, Mike, I don't want to imply that they drew this play up specifically because this is when the league is celebrating National Tight Ends Day. But you got to admit, it's kind of fun seeing him score on this day in particular and join his fellow tight ends who've also scored throughout the league.
Now, for the point after. It's up and through. And his guys will take themselves to a 21-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Scott now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Taken down right off the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Now, faking the give. He'll step up and run. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. They get 24 on that one. That's enough for a 1st down.
24-yard gain on the play. And a 1st down.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. There he goes again. What a good choice to get out and run. That's a pickup of 18 and a 1st down.
and 10 at the 31-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. The throw on the run is complete. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15.
A gain of 13 yards.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw yet again. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. And fortunately, their center able to rein it in, and they'll retain possession.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
That is caught at the 3. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short, and now it's 4th down. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. His kick is perfect. And the visitors cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit, he does a great job here able to put that one through.
The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the 3rd quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. Handoff here, up the middle, and he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. From the 25, here's 2nd and 8. Quick throw here is complete, and they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Complete to Thomas. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll go with a counter on 1st down. And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a give up the middle. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
The 3rd down, we'll try to get it on the ground, and that's not going to work at all. He'll manage to get back to the line. That is all. It is 4th down. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Here's a zone read to start the drive. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
He was brought down at the 26.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. Now, a running play. And he'll be brought down past the 30. That is good enough to move the chains. First down.
It's a gain of 6. Results in a first down.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He keeps it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
That one caught by Wilson. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Result is a first down.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Couple of first downs already on this drive, and they'll go first down from the 43. Fourth quarter begins on the ground. And he proves tough to bring down. Good running across midfield. A gain of 8 that time. They'll throw out of the gun. Taking off. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down.
A 28-yard gain. And a first down.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space...
And this time the rush gets home. And down he goes.
Been a largely forgettable performance from this offense up until this point, Mike. I mean, these sacks, they just continue to stop so many of their drives throughout the entire game. And then you look up at the scoreboard, and it pretty much reflects that here in the fourth quarter. There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And he is out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
The extra point is good, and the visitors get a bit closer here. It's now 21-10.
Visitors 10.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And a first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
It's first down, and they'll run. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
1-yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
A loss of 1.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's fourth down.
Well, when you call a screen play, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. you're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. In trouble, and down he goes.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game, and I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down.
There's that man again, another catch. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play. A throw right side is intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream, a pick 6 for touchdown.
So in those one-on-one situations, Mike, so often the quarterbacks love attacking those guys in single coverage. The problem is, if you're not perfect with your ball placement and your timing, and that defensive back gets his hands on the ball, there's no one around to make the tackle, and he's off to the races.
Now, the extra point. He's got it. And his guys will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Visitors 10.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Scott now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
It's so easy for us up here in the booth, Mike, to say, hey, that's the wrong read. He's got to pull that and take it to the outside. But I promise you, it happens so fast. And these defensive players have gotten so good at giving false indicators. Sometimes it's hard for the quarterback to know, should I give it or should I pull it?
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Here's a handoff out of the gun, and the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in.
Eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far,
Still 2nd down.
and it draws the flag. Back to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. Here's a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
And that's a really heads-up play by the defender, Mike. Once he diagnosed the screen, he immediately puts himself in position to make the play. This offense just winds up going backwards.
Going up top. That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 31-yard line.
Here's a designed run. The ball's out. And it's going to be a turnover, and the defense comes away with the ball. Well, they come up with the turnover on defense. The quarterback choosing to keep it, and the defense choosing to take it away.
Mike, anytime a quarterback turns into a runner, the defense loves it. They want to take a shot at him. They want to take a shot at the ball, and that's exactly what they were able to do here. Force the fumble, get the ball back. Great job there by the defense.
The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line.
A loss of 2.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Up the middle they go. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll stick with him again. And a nice run there as he surges forward. A gain of 8 and sets up 3rd down. Now a timeout for injury. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
The home team's offense ready for this next possession. Well, the goal here is to run some time off the clock. The game is well in hand as they get back on offense for 1st and 10. Putting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3.
A 3-yard pickup.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7. Bottled up after a gain of a yard.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter.
And 5.
Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here now, 3rd and 5. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And his guys add on to their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll tuck it and take off. And he'll give himself up here, but that's a gain of 5 on first down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll take a shot. Looking for Wilson.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
The offense staying out there for this fourth down. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man complete to Wilson. And he's going to have the first down. Aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on fourth down. They'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now they'll set up to throw. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line. He's going to air this one out. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down. Throwing now from the gun. He's going to dial up another deep ball. And that is caught. Well, he stayed in bounds. A terrific catch. Here we go. One final play. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. We do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. 1st and goal, down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
Just 1 second, all that remains in the football game as the kick is away. This one taken at the 7. And he is going to be taken down, and that is going to do it. So the fans going to head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. They're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.